John, what? Have you already started a history project? No, man. What we should do? It's Mexican history is so boring.
I know.
What is that?
A book, man.
And what the hell is that, man?
Hi,
A book.
I am the book, and I can help you with your history project.
I know.
Oh wow! You will do
Now,
it?
tell me, what do you need?
Everything. What the hell with the independence? What's the thing? How did it start?
We need to go back 200 years ago when Mexico was still an Spain colony.
Wow! Well, tell us more about it.
Well, here in Mexico there were 4 classes: the Peninsulares, the Criollos, the indigenous people, and the black people.
Wow! Tell us more. Come on, man.
Meanwhile, in Spain, there was a change in the family royalty. There, a new family took the crown. They were the Bourbons.
Well, man. Bourbons? What the hell did the Bourbons? What did Bourbons have to do
The
with
Bourbons,
this story?
with a new family,
Bourbonic.
started a new reforms here in Mexico. The most important were the Economía de Enclave, which said that every resource from Mexico is owned by the Spain crown.
Yeah. Great.
So, then, the Mexican people started to get mad with the government, started a revolution in September 16 with Miguel Hidalgo.
Oh man, that man is so good. Tell us about it.
He was a priest, a Jesuit priest, who in September 16 of 1810 do the Grito de Dolores, and then the War for Independence started.
Wow.
Now, the Mexican War of Independence wasn't easy. There were a lot of wars and a lot of important battles between the Spain kingdom and the Mexican people.
But Allende was from the team, right?
Yes! Hidalgo and Allende were fighting for the same side, but in a battle they had some difference and took a fight. Miguel Hidalgo wanted to retreat, but Allende wanted to continue with the fight. And so Miguel Hidalgo won, and they retreated to the north of the country, where the Spain army captured them, and they were killed and beheaded, and their heads were held in the Alhóndiga de Granaditas to warn people.
That's
Man,
not cool.
Man, that's savages. They chopped their heads. Wow.
Chop
Tell
their
more.
heads.
What happens next?
Please.
Well, after Miguel Hidalgo was killed, the new soldier called Morelos took the lead of the Mexican army, and he did very important things like wrote the first constitution of our country called Constitution Apatzingán in 1814.
But I heard that was not valid, right?
Yes, it wasn't valid because Mexico wasn't still independent.
Wow, I didn't knew that.
Okay, so years after, Morelos was caught by the Spain army and was dead. He was killed. He was shot.
No, man, what are you doing?
He was dead. The story is cruel. Get over it. Now, a new soldier called Vicente Guerrero took the lead with the help of a Spain soldier, Agustín Iturbide. They made the famous Abrazo de Acatempa when was sealed the independence of Mexico.
Man, we should hug. That looks very subjective. We should hug.
Yeah.
It feels so good.
Yeah.
Now, finally, the Mexican War of Independence finished with Plan de Iguala and Tratados de Córdoba. But Mexican was an empire again, with Agustín Iturbide as our first emperor. Iturbide was the first Mexican emperor, but it wasn't a good idea for the people, and years after, he was exiled from Mexico.
But he returned, right? He did.
Yes.
Yeah, I heard so. I heard it. I heard it in the comics. Yeah.
Yes, he returned. But as soon as he touched Mexican land, he was killed.
Another one.
Another one.
I knew it.
Another one.
Another one was killed. Again.
it looked like a book, you know? At the end, everybody dies.
Everybody dies.
Yes.
A new constitution was made in 1824, but this was the first official constitution. But the church and the army had too much power. The people wasn't happy, and the economy was decreasing very fastly.
Man, I don't like it. I'm atheist. What? But why? What happens next? Why does this happen?
Well, after these horrible years of bad government, new famous soldier Antonio López de Santana won, but he ceded the power to a friend, Valentin Gómez Farias.
Wow. And what happens next? What? You're just serious?
Well, Gómez Farias had a very liberalist ideology, so he made the liberalist reforms and quit a lot of power from the church and the army.
He did the right thing, right?
Right?
Yeah.
Is that
Yes.
right?
Yes, but
Yeah.
then Antonio López de Santana returned to power and made the Seven Laws, who said that Mexico wasn't a federalist country anymore and changed to a centralist regime. And the most important thing is that states were no longer, they didn't exist anymore. They were now called departments. And then Mexico went to hell once again. The American war with Mexico, where we lost more of the half of our territory, and the independence of Texas.
That's sad. Matt, what do you think about it?
I think that Santana wasn't meant to be here. He wasn't meant to be. I know he didn't. He wasn't. I'm feeling really sad.
Yes, the history of our country is a lot of treasons and bad moments.
Everything you know, everything you have is useful. Okay.